JaoT. See, I just wanna talk for a minute. Shoulder turn, take the world off for a minute. Roll a L spark. Thank you for tuning in to Timeout Talk with me, JaoT. I'm on my second episode. All you that thought I couldn't do it, look at me now, I'm doing it. I'm totally kidding. Nobody actually said that I couldn't do it. As Lil Dicky once said, everyone's been supportive on this journey. I just feel like that's a common thing people do. People do that a lot. Like, I see that. I know y'all see it on social media. People do that shit often. They like, oh man, somebody said I couldn't do it. Blah, blah, blah. All you haters out there, look at me now. And you know, nobody's hating on them and nobody's probably even thought about them. And they just, you know, talking up their accomplishments, just trying to get a little attention. It's like, why do that? Like, you accomplished something, just let that be it, right? Why do you have to throw bullshit under it? I don't understand throwing bullshit under, you know, some achievement or accomplishment, no matter how menial or great it is. Don't throw bullshit under it, because if you're a person that sit on bullshit, I just look at you as a bullshit person. Anywho, I don't want to talk too much about bullshit. I actually said I wasn't going to come on here and talk a lot of shit, because in the last episode, I talked a lot of shit. And that wasn't my goal. I didn't come on here. I didn't get on there like, oh yeah, I'm going to talk a bunch of shit about a bunch of bullshit ass people. I actually started like, all right, I gotta get on this platform. I gotta get this thing going so I can help some people. And I did a lot more talking shit than I did trying to advise, help, you know, share some experiences. I'm still gonna talk a little shit, but not as much. If I do, forgive me, or don't. Either way, I don't give a fuck. So topic for today that I think everyone should be able to relate with, at least a little bit. A lot of it. Everybody should be able to relate with this 100%, because the topic is stress. Everybody stresses. There's not a single person on this planet that does not stress about something. And you can say, oh, the rich people, what do they have to stress about? You know, don't do comparative stressing. Everybody stresses about something. And just because it may seem like something small to you doesn't mean it's small to somebody else. You go to lunch with somebody and they stressing about what they're going to order on the menu. And you looking like, what the fuck? You stressing about what you gonna order, but you don't know that this person like got an eating disorder, but they picking out something for them to eat is fucking brain melting. Like they don't know how to do that shit. Like because they don't want to eat. But then they got you over there and they got this disorder and they like, oh shit, I don't know what to do. You know, never menialize somebody else's stress, because it doesn't seem like it would be a stressful situation for you if you were in that situation. You're not in that situation. You have your own stress. They could probably menialize some of your stress, some of the things you stress about. You may stress about being in crowded rooms, as I do. I don't like being in crowded rooms. People like look at me like, dude, what the fuck? It's just a room full of people. You know, some people feed off of that kind of shit. I don't like it. But, you know, just stress comes in many different forms. It doesn't matter who you are. You know, rich people stress, poor people stress, obviously. Don't matter your color, your race, your religion, where you're from, where you was born, how tall you are, how short you are, how fat you are, how skinny you are. Everybody stresses. So stress is universal. And it can last different amounts of time. It could be as short as a 3-minute stress causing situation, or it could be like a fucking whole year of just 100% stress, and that shit would suck. I know some people that's been in those type of situations. People in prison probably stressing all the fucking time. You know, worry about their booty hole, they worry about their roommate killing them or their cellmate killing them. I don't know. I never been to prison. Who am I to talk about it? But tangent number 1. Ooh shit, I'm already on a roll with my tangents. Anywho, the who of stress, you, her, him, shim. You know, the shims probably get a lot more stress than other people, but you know, like I said, don't do comparative stress. The what? I mean, that's like the what causes stress, I guess. So, I mean, anything could cause stress. You could worry about. I'm looking at a fan right now. I got a fan right here. I could go to sleep like, damn, what if this fan falls on me? And all night I'm worried about this fan falling on me. Yeah, I could get up and move the fan, but I'm tired or some shit. So I don't want to get up and move the fan. That's stress still. You know, don't comparative stress. Don't do it. Bills stress people out. You know bills coming. You know they coming every month. You probably know the exact day that they gonna come on. It's still stressful. And that probably adds more stress to it, knowing that them motherfuckers coming. It's like a shark lurking. And you know them bills gonna bite you in the ass at the end of the month because you done went to the club and spent all your money. Said I wasn't gonna talk a lot of shit. All right, bills stress people out. You kids stress people out. Family members stress people out. Family members that act like kids stress people out. Work stresses people out. Your health stresses people out. Fitness stress people out. I mean, there are things that you can do to combat stress that may cause stress. Some people read to relieve stress. Maybe you're reading too much. You're creating a whole nother stressful situation. Some people draw or paint. Maybe you painting some shit that you like, man, I didn't know I had this shit in me. This is kind of dark. That could cause stress. I mean, stress comes in many different forms. You just have to be aware of all of them. When? Anytime. Every time. All the time. Who knows? Stress, like I said, it could come in so many different forms that there's really not a specific when. Even like if stress came at 3 o'clock on the dot, I mean, it would be stressful to know that it came at 3 o'clock on the dot. Like if your mother-in-law coming at 3, you're like, oh shit, stress coming at 3 o'clock. But when, I mean, it's pretty much an anytime thing, because you never know what's going to stress you out next. Where, anywhere, anytime. I mean, it's stress is everywhere, dude. You just got to be aware of it. And why? Now, the why is kind of what we're here to talk about today. The why of stress. Why do people stress? Why? What are some ways to combat stress? That's kind of what I'm going to end with. So why do people stress? I don't know. That's the fucking flat answer. I don't know. There's just some situations that sit on your mind heavy, you know? And it's hard to get them off. And I feel like that mental weight causes stress. I mean, stress isn't just mental, though. Stress can be a physical thing. You can physically stress your body out. You can stress out your psyche. You can, there are many ways to be stressed. You could be emotionally stressed. And that could cause physical, expressions. And, just from emotional stress, mental stress can fuck with your body. I'm talking about stress, and I feel like I'm still tangenting a little bit. So let me tighten this up a little bit. I'm going to tighten it up a little bit. So, but let me say this. So if you're religious, and I'm not trying to talk down on religion. I'm not trying to talk religion up. So just listen to this I want to see an unbiased perspective. I'm not a very religious person, but I don't think of myself as a religious hater. If you're a religious person, you should probably have less stress than other people. My brother once said this thing to me. He said, if you're going to pray, then why stress? If you're going to stress, then why pray? And he probably heard that from somebody, and then he passed it on to me like it was his words and shit. Maybe it was his words. I don't know, but I doubt it. Trouble, I appreciate it though. So, it just kind of says if you are very devout in your belief, if you're firm in your belief, you believe that either God has a plan for you or everything is God's will, then there's no situation that should stress you out. You should see these situations, see these obstacles, see this stress, and know that there's a way out. There's an end to this stress. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. God has a plan. And I mean, if you're religious, I feel like that's what you believe. I'm not religious at all. I don't know if I believe in a God. Hopefully that doesn't turn anybody off of me. I mean, I'm not turned off by people that believe in God. I'm not turned off by people that don't believe in God. I feel like it's just a personal thing, before I tangent too much. But it's just in regards to stress. If you have those beliefs, it should be easy for you to be like, hey, I'm not going to stress about this because I know that this is God's will. This is in God's hands. Me personally, like I said, since I don't have those beliefs, I kind of just do what I can. I don't stress very often, and that's why I feel like I'd be decent to talk about this topic, because I don't get stressed out very often. I have these outlets that I use, and I'm going to talk about a little bit later to kind of relieve the little stress that does come up on me. But as far as the majority of the larger things that come across that most people would stress about, I kind of just take it as I'm going to do what I can to knock this out. I'm not going to stress about it. I'm going to do what I can to take care of this situation. And what I can't take care of, what's out of my hands is out of my hands. Why am I going to stress about something that I can't control? If I can control it, I'm controlling it. If I can't, then I'm not going to stress about it, because I'm going to take belief. I don't want to say I believe in karma or, some universal force, but I kind of do. That I believe that I'm a good enough person, and I believe that a lot of people are good enough people that they shouldn't have to worry about bad things happening to them. They should realize that, hey, this is kind of going to smooth itself over. What's meant to happen is going to happen. And that's kind of what I believe. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if I believe in a God. I don't know what I personally believe in as far as creation or whatever, blah, 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 booze. But I do believe that everything is going to happen how it needs to happen. And there's not much you can do to change these great things. But I believe you should always try. And that's what I do. You know, if I want a promotion, bust my ass to get a promotion. I'm gonna bust my ass to get a promotion. If I don't get the promotion, I'm not gonna stress about it because it just wasn't in the cards. You know, I know I sound like I'm contradicting myself by saying you should work hard to get something done, but you should also realize that it's not in your cards if it doesn't happen. And I don't want to sound like that, but that's just kind of how I look at it, and it keeps me away from stress. You know, I don't believe that I'm more special than anybody else. So when shit happens, I'm like, all right, cool. You know, shit happens. I guess I have a semi-pessimistic way of thinking. Pessimistic, excuse me. I gotta say it properly. A lot of people say it wrong. Pessimistic way of thinking, and it kind of staves a lot of the stressful situations away because I don't feel like I'm entitled to anything. I feel like if I want something, I gotta bust my ass to get it. And sometimes I come through, and sometimes I don't. And what I don't come through with, I'm like, hey, I tried, and I feel good about that. You just, like I said, if you're religious, you gotta stand firm in those beliefs. So away from that, some ways to combat stress. Very important, very important. Number one, no matter what your way is, I have to say this first. You have to be vigilant. You have to be firm. You have to be solid. You have to be about those stress relieving options, of those skills. You have to be vigilant in getting these things done. Like if it's running, some people like working out to relieve stress. If that's what it is, you got to do that. You got to do that. If it's painting, you got to do that. If it's drawing, you got to do that. If it's making music, if it's listening to music, if it's taking pictures, if it's talking to people, if it's fucking binge watching Netflix, you got to do it. I hate to advise somebody to binge watch Netflix. I feel like there are better things you can do with your time, but you got to do it. If it's sitting outside on the grass and staring at the fucking clouds, you got to do it. You got to make it a part of your day. You got to make it a habit. You got to get out there and do these things that relieve stress. Because for one, it's going to relieve some of the stress that you have. You know, some of the ambient stress. There's always ambient stress. And it's going to relieve some of that ambient stress by doing these things consistently and not letting that ambient stress build up to make those extremely stressful situations even worse. You know, you're starting down here with less stress. And if you just letting that ambient build up, when something really stressful hits, you way up here, you off the fucking charts. But if you kind of always keeping the ambient stress down, when something hits, you like, bam, all right, I'm good. It's not off the charts. You know, you gotta be constantly dealing with the ambient stress. And two, another reason you should always be doing these stress relieving things is because you have to have that habit. I promise you, if running de-stresses you, and you're not fucking running, when you stress out, running is the last thing you're going to want to do. First of all, you're going to be out of shape as fuck. So you're going to get out there and you're going to be like, oh, I'm fat now. It's been like a year since I had a stressful situation. I don't know how to run anymore. This is stress on its own. You know, that's not helpful. That's not helpful at all. You know, it's just, if you're not doing these things and building, you know, the fundamentals, building up those stress relieving skills when you're not in very stressful situations, you're just not going to do them. You're not going to do them when you get stressed out. That's when you feel the worst. That's when you feel like shit. That's when you don't want to get up and do anything. But if you have these habits in mind, it'll be a little bit easier to get out there and be like, all right, you know, I feel like shit, but I know I paint every day at 3 o'clock. I use 3 o'clock a lot. I know I paint every day at 3 o'clock. Let me go in here and get my painting done. And in the middle of that painting, you expressing yourself, you letting things out. Your picture come out dark as fuck, but it's all good because you've just relieved some stress. You've done something that you always do that relieves stress, and you've brought your stress level down. And then maybe while you paint, you like, shit, I just came up with an idea of how the fuck I need to solve this problem. I'm about to knock this stress off the fucking map. You know, you gotta have that dedication to your hobbies or whatever it is that you do to relieve stress. Hopefully you're not doing something like, I don't know, like smoking weed. Who does that these days? I know a lot of people smoke weed to relieve stress. I'm not knocking it. I can't knock it. I can't promote it either, but I'm not knocking it. Some people do it. Some people don't. Some people talk shit about it. If that's what you do, I'm not going to say, yeah, go ahead and do it, but live your life. That's what I can say. Live your life. If that's how you relieve stress, if it keeps you calm down, you still getting all your work done, you still handling business, then that's what you got to do. But I do personally believe that, some type of physical expression of that inner stress, those emotions, that shit that comes up inside you. I believe some type of physical way to get that out is a little more helpful, whether you singing or, like I said, you drawing or you writing, writing out your feelings, just writing random fucking words that pop in your head. I feel like that shit works a little bit better. But so check it out. Things that you can do. Like I said, I've mentioned so many different things that you can do to combat stress, and it's, like I said, I'll wrap it up here. So with my TLDR or my TLDW, you internet bugs, it's too long. Didn't read for super long posts and shit, and people TLDR at the end because ain't nobody gonna read that. They're gonna scroll to the bottom and see what the main point is. This is my too long didn't watch, in case somebody's like, I don't want to watch this 15-minute fucking video or 10-minute fucking video or however long it ends up being. TLDW. Find something that relieves stress for you. Find something that works for you. Find something that you love. Find something that's not work. For everybody, running isn't work for everybody. Some people love running. Going to the gym and lifting, that's not work for everybody. Some people love that shit. Driving around the block, that could be a stress reliever. Taking a dog for a walk, laying in the grass, getting some physical connection with the earth, bonding with nature, that can be stress relieving. You got to find those things. You got to find that corner, that hole, and you gotta go to it. And I don't mean like a fucking dark hole, like a fucking cave. You don't want to be fucking in a cave when you're stressing out. I promise you that's gonna bring you so much lower. You don't want to do that. You need to find that comfort zone. You have to find your comfort zone to go to when you're feeling stressed out. You don't want to be in an unfamiliar place. You don't want to be in untreaded. You don't want to be in unfamiliar waters whenever you get stressful, because that just adds more stress. What's around me? What's going on? I don't know exactly what I'm doing. That's just more stress. You have to go back home. And I don't mean go move back with your parents, you bum ass motherfucker. But I mean, just find your comfort zone. And you got to go there when you're feeling stressed out. It helps. It really does. And if that comfort zone is where you relieve stress, then those stressful situations will die down a little bit. And I promise you'll find solace in there, as I have many times. I've been through some things that some people would be like, as a child, how do you live through that? And here I am. I've lived through it. So I can tell you, you just have to find those comfort zones. For me as a kid, it was books, reading a lot of books, going into a different world. And that's kind of what your comfort zone has to be. It has to be your own world. Maybe, if you got a special other, maybe it's y'all's world or you all's world. I don't want too many people knowing I'm from Texas. It's y'all's world, you gotta go there, and you gotta let that stress melt away when you get there. And when you come out, still gonna be some stress there, but maybe you'll be able to handle it better. And that's all that I'm preaching today. You gotta learn how to handle that stress better. It's nice. There's no way to completely get rid of stress, to be like, stress, go away, never come back again. Stress is always going to pop up. There's no way to, completely be stress free, because it's always there. It's always around the corner. It's always behind you. It's always in front of you. It's right on top of you. It's inside of you. That's stress. That's life. But there are ways to deal with it without harming yourself or others. Because punching somebody in the face could be very stress relieving, but we don't want to resort to that. We try to do it the peaceful way. We're gonna do it the Gandhi way, the MLK way, Black Power, but not really. Yes, Black Power really, but not like in a derogative way, like a we want to take over the world way. Just like I'm black and I'm proud. Yeah, like that. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please drop a like. Thumbs up. If you didn't like it, thumbs down. Either way, I'm gonna live my life. If you got something you'd like for me to talk about, you got some critiques for the video. Did I say that right? Critiques? Who says it like that? Critiques. Either way, drop it in the comment section. Hit the subscribe button, please. If you'd like to know anytime I have new videos coming out or new music coming out, because I do music as well, please hit the little alert bell, and you'll get notifications anytime I drop a video. I'm gonna try to put out some content at least I want to say at least every 2 weeks. Now my goal is every week to have something up as far as vlog, but I know shit comes up. I know in a couple of weeks I'll be going on a business trip, so I might not be able to do one this official. It's not very official, but it may not look this good. It may be on my phone and shit. Hey, me and you, let's have a date. But I'm gonna try to, like I said, to at least every 2 weeks to get something up, and I'm gonna try to keep it away from the shit talking for the most part. I'm a shit talking person by nature. Maybe it's in my skin color. Black people like to shit talk a lot, but I'm gonna try to keep it more inspirational, more positive. Try to build people. I don't want to break people down. If you're a shitty person, then I'm gonna break you down. I'm totally kidding. I don't want to break people down. I'm here to use this platform as a way to kind of express myself. So I'm stress relieving while hopefully helping somebody else get through tough situations. But I definitely hope to see. I can't see anybody. I definitely hope that you come back to see me again. Like I said, hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching. This is Timeout Talk with me, JaoT. See, I just wanna talk for a minute. Shoulders hurt and take the world off for a minute. Roll a L spark, now I'm all in my feelings. Cause I ain't really wrote a real song in a minute. So the pressure is building and I've been concealing the fact that I've been hurting. My head is bumping the ceiling, I'm getting high. And I worry that I